All right, welcome to Conflicting Dynasties. We're having another Crane versus Dragon matchup. It's just a little bit more of an interesting matchup than the Dragon versus the Lion.
Oh wait, this is the first one we've recorded and put up online, though, right?
No, the other one was Crane Dragon too.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Kiramode on the right, Badmojojojo on the left. We're doing mulligans right now, so I fired two guys and I believe two cards. Badmojojojo dumped three cards, and then I think he kept all of his Dynasty dudes.
Yeah, I know that Crane wants to play the big guys, but I want to make sure I have a good set of variety. Or sorry, Dragon wants to play big guys. So I definitely want either the clan champion, Togashi Yokuni, to hit the board, but without any other characters that he can successfully steal abilities from. I don't think I want to play him right off the bat.
Yeah, and actually, so it looks like you do shuffle away two of the guys. So your two guys, you got the clan champ right out of the gate. You also got the one girl. I forget her name, but she has the ability where if she attacks alone, your opponent can only declare at most one defender. So being able to turn engagements into one-on-one battles is pretty good.
Mirumoto Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I play her though.
No. All right. So you flip into pretty good stuff. I mean, you got the Agasha Swordsmith.
Yeah, and
so
a Mirumoto Raitsugu.
Yeah. My flop is like suspect. I mean, I like the what's it called? The girl all the way to the right. She's a Shugenja, so she activates what's it called? Cloud the Mind. She also gives a +3 political bump, which is really good. Then you also have the Brash Samurai. He's pretty solid. The other two, just not very good. So it's like, I don't remember how I was looking at this turn. Because also I was looking across the board, and you had pretty good stuff there.
Well, you want to go with very little fate on your guys, because if I drop those secluded temples, you have to dump the fate for having more characters in play than I do.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have one of those right now, so I don't need to worry about that at the moment. The one thing I do need to worry about is when I'm playing Crane, I have the option to do this, is I need to make sure that, if at all possible, I don't let you pass first when we're doing Dynasty phase, simply because Dragon can abuse Fate better than Crane can. So if I can, so like if you play just your clan champion alone, okay, well, you're going to get the extra fate. But if you end up deciding to play two guys, which that looks like the direction you're going in, I probably want to just play my second guy and then call it good.
I know that you end up passing before me, and that extremely frustrates me. I need that extra fate. The Dragon lives and dies by the conflict deck, and it drastically needs attachments, and specifically weapon attachments. If it doesn't get those, it doesn't effectively go off.
Yeah, and so we both... Oh, no, sorry. I went 5, you went 3 on that one. I don't know why you went 3. It's like you don't really get a big benefit from the
Well, I know I don't want you having a bunch of honor over me. And for some reason, I thought that I might have pulled the Good Omen card.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't think I ever do.
Good Omen's a pretty solid reason to underbid if you have it. I
also didn't know if you even needed cards. In which case, if you had bid 1 and I had been 4 off, that would be very painful.
With Crane, I usually try to max bid as many times as I can. Unless your honor runs low, then you start low bidding. Just because like you have so many good conflict cards in there that are so cheap that you want a fistful of cards. You also want to increase your chances to get both the Steward of Law and For Shame in your hand at the same time. Alright, so I got the first player token. I'm sending the Brash Samurai solo fire, and I'm trying to get rid of your clan champ.
Bring me Solo and the Wookiee. Yeah, the political move here...
So actually, no, I think I went military as far as I can... Oh, no, I did go political. Okay,
yeah,
I remember why I did this.
I hate that you still have that stronghold ability to just dump a guy 2 or less out of a political battle.
Yeah, that was the thinking here. I totally forgot though that the duelist you have can just kill my guy. So the thinking here was I send him in, and if it's a for shame, or sorry, not for shame, a shameful display, he can potentially pop it on his own if you don't block. But otherwise, I got a +3 pump, so I can.
What province did I flip?
You flipped your clan province. So.
Oh yeah, you have to dump all 5 cards that you just pulled from the honor vid.
Yeah, I mean that sucks, but the thing is, I feel like in this game, drawing cards is more important, so that way you can find particular cards, not necessarily to have card advantage, because you're drawing 5 cards a turn, so you don't necessarily need all the cards.
This isn't as detrimental because you get to select the cards you're dumping.
Yeah, like discarding 5 cards sounds a lot worse than it actually is. So let me, of the cards I discarded, I know some of them are just worthless in this matchup. Like I discarded, I discarded Reprieve, which is pretty good. I saw Steward of Law in there. Those are 2 good cards, but my guess is if I discarded a Steward of Law, that means I don't have For Shame in hand. And I also discarded the Crane weapon, the Jade Testubo, and it's the one that costs 2 mana, gives you +3 attack, and allows you to pull all the fate off an opposing character. But anytime you're playing against Dragon, you know they're going to be playing 3 copies of Let Go, which means that card's just a dead card.
Well, if I was a good player, I would have looked at what you discarded to give me an idea of what's in your conflict deck. But since I'm playing Togashi Dragon and they're ballsy, I don't even give a crap.
Yeah, you're just focus on your own game plan. So yeah, you do block here, and that's when I get a very harsh realization of what this guy does. He just kills a dude. That's kind of ridiculous. Like, he doesn't bow them. He murders them if they don't have fate.
Yeah. So he either removes a fate if they got it or discards it.
So I like him already more than I like Kakita Ketsun, you know. So in this one...
Oh, now here's what we had to do the honor bid for the duel. And I stupidly picked 5 and he picked 1. So this bumped that 5-3 that we initially bid down to 5-1.
Did you have a good omen in hand, if you remember?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, so the thing about duels that I don't really like is that if a person's winning, right? Like if it's in that case 3-2, it's almost always going to end up being a 5-1 bid, you know, because like you could theoretically know, because I know I'm not going to win, so I'm just going to bid 1 to at least get some honor. You could theoretically say, oh, well, I'm just going to bid 3 so that way I don't lose that much honor. But I don't think you're going to roll the dice. Like, your ability's so strong, it's like it's totally worth the 4 honor that it costs in trade.
Yeah, my province Restoration of Balance only triggers when revealed, so it's kind of a target if you don't successfully blow it up here.
Yeah, but it already kind of did what it needs to do. It got rid of 5 cards, and now, so I do have other tricks, it seems. So
now you just bow me.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the other part of this too. So I can always just bow one of your guys. So you probably don't want to be blocking too hard. And I drop. All right. So this dude, the Stoic Gunzo, he was a recently revealed crab card.
Gunzo.
He's fantastic. So he's a 2/1 for 2 mana, and he has 1 glory. And his ability is you can sacrifice a friendly character, and then he gets +3 military attack. Now, in this case, he's in a political battle, but because you don't currently have a defender, you have no mana, you can't bring a guy in, as long as I tap down my Suginja that I have over there, this dude's going to pop the province and get rid of your clan champion.
Yeah,
because we've already seen that guy's too powerful. You can't let him stick around.
Well, I'll tell you, if there's another dragon card revealed for province, I will play with that over this Restoration of Balance any day. I don't think it's worth having such a low cost to just ditch a few cards.
Well, the Restoration of Balance also share. I mean, it doesn't share any element that we've seen from one that's relevant. It shares
right, but we're supposed to get what, 2 per clan? Is that right?
I think it's 1 per clan and a whole bunch of.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, you don't have to play your clan. You can
play all neutrals.
Yeah, you can play all neutrals.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would
you're not
probably
forced to play it.
Okay. I don't know what the build structure is, other than you're supposed to have an assortment of the different elements.
It's just they mention it in one of the Q&A, so it's 1 per ring. So yeah, I get the ring, I pop the province, and now I'm locked out. and it's your opportunity to go make an attack.
No, you've disgraced my one guy that I had left.
Yeah. So I remember the reason I attacked with the what's it called, the Brash Samurai, and the reason I went fire was I had a noble sacrifice in hand. So the plan was I dishonor one of your guys, I honor my guy, and then get an easy kill for one resource. So in this case, I go Way of the Crane and noble sacrifice anyways. But it ends up just costing more, right? Because I invested 2 resources in the one girl, and I mean I take away 3 resources effectively from you because it's 2 plus the 1 fate, but that's not optimal use of resources. I just think I didn't see the turn playing out that way because I totally forgot about how your dueling.
I still think this turn went in your favor, though.
Yeah, no, it still went well. That's the benefit of having...
You broke a province, and I can't do anything.
So you didn't even look at a province,
Yeah.
So that means my Elemental Fury and my Shameful Display are both still hidden. You don't know where they are, and you can still potentially run into them. The 4 fate across 3, or 4 fate on all those provinces, or the rings, is definitely not good for me. That's to the benefit of what's called the dragon player, because you can get the Seeker of Enlightenment, and then she just come out as a 5/5. But you didn't flop her, thankfully, for me.
Yeah, she didn't see. Seeker of Enlightenment gets a bonus for each fate on each unclaimed ring. She didn't see play till the end of the game.
Yeah, and so I still have this fate on my Stoic Gunzo. Looks like I forgot to take it off earlier, so I just pulled it off here. Your flop that you come out on the back end is pretty good here, though. You got the Swordsmith, so you can go digging for stuff. You got the Neaton Master, so you can untap him if you actually have your enhancements, like your proper weapons. And then you got the Initiate, who he can honor himself. Mine is like, okay. I mean, luckily I do have the Imperial Favor, so that way I can actually play the Amato Courtier and she does something. So you go Neaton Master with 1 fate. So I see that, and I'm pretty sure that means you have at least 1 weapon, probably 2 in hand, but it also means you're probably not going to be, playing anything else this turn. Maybe you play 1 other guy. So I'm in a weird spot because I know you're only going to have at most 3 guys in your turn, and that means I'm going to be losing fate if I outnumber you. So as far as I remember, what I do here is I just start spamming the board and throw no fate on anybody because I don't want to give you value for your stronghold that pulls fate off of my guys.
Spam, and more spam.
Hey, spamming bodies is good. It's hard to spam consistently is the issue.
Yeah, so I did actually get the what is it? It's not a stronghold. What's the thing called?
It's the holding.
Holding.
Yeah, and so the holding,
secluded temple.
Yeah, the holding. I mean, just it being out there is a threat, So like it being out there influences how I'm going to deploy here.
But you never put any fate on guys, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, so if you didn't have that holding, I probably would have played the what's it called? So my unique guy.
Change your deployment.
Yeah. I would have thrown some fate on guys, but knowing that I'd just lose a resource. It's like, no, I'm not doing.
So I see you flip that Doji Gift Giver right there, and now that it's the only face-up card, I hate that card so much. Yeah. I want a gun for it.
So, yeah, I kind of flipped it at the wrong time, though, right? Like when I flipped it, I only had, I think, 2 resources left. So at that point, it's like you can't play her because then you wouldn't have any resources.
Did I pick 3 again?
I think
I did.
How do we do this? Yeah, you either went 3, maybe 4.
Maybe it was 2.
Oh, yeah, I think you might have done that.
Because you went 5 again.
Yeah. Hey, drawing cards is good, man.
What? Better math is better?
It allows you to set up for tricks down the line. But you got first player action, which is pretty good. I don't remember exactly how this goes, but there's like a 95% chance you swing at the Doji Gift Giver.
Yeah, I like I said, I hate that card so much. It messes up so many attacks. It's kind of very similar to the Niten Adept, except you don't have to pay an extra resource. You're just bowing an attachment.
Yeah, the Niten Adept's a little bit better just because, like, you get to choose who it is, whereas the gift giver, your opponent chooses. But it's still really good.
Yep.
And I believe she's a core tier as well, which is a very relevant keyword to have.
Oh, but it does say that the character that you're targeting cannot have any attachments on them.
Yeah, from the Niten Adept. Yeah, so he does have a little bit of restriction, but unless you're running into another dragon deck, like a lot of these decks just don't run a lot of enhancements.
Well, I don't think Dragon's too worried about going up against a bunch of other attachments when it's got that awesome conflict card.
Let Go.
Let Go, yeah.
Brutal.
Let it go. Let it go.
I still can't believe it costs 0 resources.
It's great. It's such a good card.
It should cost you 1.
And
I can remove it.
I can see people playing, just splashing it just to take out pacifism or cloud the mind.
Yeah, so like in my Crane deck, my goal, I was initially just going to run 3 Let Go's and then 2 of the what's it called, Manimoro's Fury.
Miramoto.
But I wanted to try out this Stoic Gunzo because he looked pretty sweet. And then we know Reprieve is pretty solid within Crane because of the whole, you sacrifice a guy with Noble Sacrifice and then keep him alive with the Reprieve. So like there's reasons to want to play the Splash already.
I'm noticing a theme where you both of us tend to only have 1, maybe 2 resources available. No, it is. We usually end with 1 extra resource and then pick up 1 if you pass.
Yeah, I don't like going full resources out of the gate.
You never go full resource.
Well, so it's for a couple reasons, right? It's not just that you limit your options if you spend all your resources during deployment. It's also that your opponent now doesn't have to play around a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of one-cost events in this game that your opponents have to consistently consider when they're making decisions. Once you go down to 0 resources, then I'd say probably about 70% of the stuff they need to worry about just disappears. So it's like, okay, now I don't need to play around all these different things. Okay, I know how to do this. Whereas like if you always have just 1 resource available, they have to keep accounting for a bunch of different things.
Unfortunately, with the fate on the rings there, they can get a fate by simply just attacking.
Yeah.
And that's a very easy one for them to add, and then you have to consider that for the...
Alright, so you go water with everybody.
And you flip the 5-cost pilgrimage, right?
Yeah, it's not really that good. I mean, it's good if you swing it with 1 guy, but in this situation, you got so much going at it.
And I chose military because you would have just bowed one of them with your stronghold.
Yeah, and I don't really have much military here. I have the Gunzo, but the Gunzo you never want to attack with him. And
wait, it looks like you have 7. Am I counting that wrong?
I mean, I'm not blocked with anyone yet. I think I'm debating.
No, I understand. But what I'm saying is you have 7 just showing without any tricks.
So I think you're already ahead of me if you factor in the fact that you're.
Oh, I forgot you had the Imperial Favor.
Yeah, well, so your guy can honor himself. I know you have more weapons than I do, so you have more pumps. You have your stronghold, which can pump you as well. It's like the only decision here for me is, do I chump block? And it looks like.
Oh yeah, so
I declare no.
So you declared no defenders, and then you gently remind me that I can't put that honor on the. Who's this guy?
The fate.
Togashi Initiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he requires you to put a fate on an unclaimed ring to get the honor, and I didn't think it was worth it because there was no block, so it didn't really matter if he get beefed up.
Yeah, I mean you'd get an honor at the end of the turn, but that doesn't really do anything.
Beefcake.
Although you do get to eliminate one of my guys.
Wait, why?
Because of the water ring. You just force them out. None of them have fate, so.
Yeah, so I'll bow a guy for the water ring result. You lose an honor because you declared no defenders.
Yep. And I lost the doji.
And this is where I had the conflict. Oh, who do I bow?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It has to be either the what's it called? The guy you have in your hand right now, or the Stoic Gunzo.
This is a mistake though, because I went all out on an attack. Now I've got nobody for defense, and you have the advantage because we're 1 and 1 province each.
Yeah, I would have kept the initiate back because he can defend either political or
well, I didn't know if you were gonna go and you didn't defend with anybody. I didn't expect that.
If you go that strong, I'll just let it go. Like it's like all right, I'll counterattack here.
No, be gentle.
I mean, you still got 3 resources, so you could still potentially drop guys in from your hand.
Oh, that's true.
But
Dragon has what 2 types of conflict characters they can play.
Yeah, so
it's the Togashi Kazue. But that would be all of my fate if I did that.
Be a 3/3 or
the Tattooed Wanderer. You almost never want to play him as a unit. You want to play him as an attachment.
Yeah, he's a good unit, but he's an even better attachment.
I think we talked about this before. I could totally see the Tattooed Wanderer being used as just to make a covert deck design.
Yeah, but they still have to release way more cards.
Oh, I played a trick.
All right, so you played an Ancestral Daisho. Freezed up the Neaton Master, so now he's available for defense as well.
1 fate cost with a 2/0. Daisho is a weapon, which allowed me to unbow my Neaten.
So I go Void, Political. I want to get that Swordsmith out of the way. I don't want you drawing more weapons, but Elemental Fury comes out. So that's
Neaten Master.
The good news is this is actually not that bad of a spot. Like, Elemental Fury typically is just disastrous in situations like this, but right now, 2 of them have Fate, and the other one's the Fire Ring. So, it's not that bad for me if you switch the rings on me. Like, I get something. But I was really banking on getting your Neaton Master off the table, and that's looking like that's just probably not going to happen now.
Right, I got lucky and pulled your Admit Defeat, right?
Not yet.
Oh, what's that in the discard pile? Oh, that's Noble Sacrifice.
Yeah, Noble Sacrifice.
Ah, dang it.
So yeah, you're deciding which one to get. Like,
so you could play an Admit Defeat right now and auto win.
If you block. I'm not sure you block here though.
Why would I not block?
Because your guy only has 3 defense.
Oh.
So you have 3 defense, 4 if you count your Stronghold, and I'm sitting on 5 as is.
Oh, I switched the ring, still political, giving you a resource.
Oh, yes, that's another thing. So you made it go to Air Ring. So now that's just trash. Like, it doesn't do anything. But I do get a resource out of it, so that's nice.
I unfortunate that there was a resource on it, but I didn't want to give you any of the other 2.
Yeah, and that.
Hey, does the monk card trigger if I force you to choose the Fire Ring?
I don't think so.
Mantra of Fire.
No, you have to declare it
after an opponent declares a fire conflict.
Yeah, so if you switch it to the Fire Ring, you wouldn't be able to.
Oh, that's such a weak card. I don't like that card.
So the difference between Elemental Fury and the Pilgrimage is that Elemental Fury always works. Pilgrimage only works if, like, you don't have enough strength. So, like, you were still able to trigger your ring effect, whereas, like, I wasn't able to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so, because if it breaks, then it's useless.
Broken Province, that's nice. It looks like we forgot to discard the Swordsmith, but it doesn't really matter because he's forcibly discarded. Because, like, if you have a face-up card on a...
why would a Swordsmith be discarded?
Broken Province.
Oh, okay. So that I think you remind me later, and it gets dumped.
Yeah.
Before I end up drawing cards.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, any face-up card on a Broken Province has to get discarded during the Fate phase.
But only face-up.
Yeah, the face-down ones, you just stay there. So you have to go political here, as far as I remember. So you have to go political, and then you just choose which way you're going to go.
I'm sorry. Face-up, I was thinking of something else.
And then my guys are kind of trash as political defenders that I have there, but they're both really good military.
What is my... So...
You have 3. 4 with your Stronghold.
But I have to have more than 2, otherwise you're just going to bow me.
Yeah. So you go with the Earth element at a random one. I guess it doesn't really matter.
This is my desperation for trying to find more weapon attachments.
And then you flip into best case scenario there is just a night raid.
So I have to discard a card,
yeah,
but it's something that I don't even need.
Yeah, you just.
I'm looking for. I haven't even put anything in my discard yet.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong one. You flipped into Art of Peace.
Oh,
so
after... you get to draw cards?
No, that one says
that's the one.
After you break it, honor each defending character, dishonor each attacking character.
Oh,
so there's no point in me defending. Like, doesn't do anything for me. Like, I don't need one honor at the end of the turn for these scrubs that are gonna die anyways.
This is really bad for me because if my Need 10 Master gets dishonored, he's half as good with a 2 glory.
Yeah, my hope here is that on my next attack, I just go Void again, and then try to get that Neaten Master off the table. Because luckily, even with Elemental Fury, the Void Ring's still on the table, and because I don't have anyone with Fate on him, you have no incentive to go after the Void Ring, so I can get another shot.
Bam! What did I play?
So
I'm really excited about this.
You played the other ancestral attachment.
Oh, this is the technique,
yeah,
right? That beefs up my political.
Yeah, so that was a mistake.
That is Kitsuki's method.
Yeah. You didn't need to play that, is the thing, though.
I didn't have enough to break it.
No, you had the Stronghold. So your Stronghold...
Right, but the Stronghold only gives you a +1 based on the...
number of attachments.
Right.
So you have 3 political, you have 1 attachment, you'd get +1 political. And that'd be enough to pop the province. I mean, your guy's still big, right? So if you keep throwing weapons on him, he keeps untapping, but...
Well, that's not a weapon. It's a technique.
Yeah, and then if you were to throw another weapon on him, you presumably have to get rid of that technique.
Yeah. Yeah, the techniques and the weapons, even though they're ancestral, they are restricted. 2 restricted attachments per character.
Yeah, and I think at this point you ask me if...
Yeah, I asked you about if the card gets discarded if it goes back to my hand, and you tell me no, it's only when the character is discarded.
Yeah. So they made sure to word that carefully. My assumption there is that they don't want situations where you keep playing, because you can play an extra, like if you have a 3rd restricted card in your hand, you can play it on your guy, and then you just choose one of the 3 restricted ones, and then it falls off.
Yeah.
So they don't. I'm assuming they don't want situations where you could just keep bouncing fine katanas on someone, and then.
Well, forget the fine katanas. If you had a lot of fate, then you can just keep playing the daishos, and they would like bounce each other back.
Yeah. So I think they just wanted to avoid that, which is it's fair enough.
Yeah. Any game wants to restrict the infinite combos. Which FFG has been pretty smart about saying once per turn. That easily caps the ability to do infinite combos.
Yeah, so speaking of fine katana, looks like you just dropped one on there, freed up your guy again, and then you dumped the
technique.
So that's why playing the technique was a mistake, right? Because you're going to end up playing the fine katana anyways to free up your guy.
I didn't think I could break it.
Yeah. I think you just didn't account for your Stronghold there.
No, I think I did account for the Stronghold, but if I wanted to use him for defense, I wanted to make sure that he would get the buff for the defense instead of the offense.
All right, so I go into Night Raid there. I discard a what's it called? Another Jade Testubo, and I also discard a Cloud the Mind. Cloud the Mind, again, really good, just not so good when your opponent has Let Go. And also, I don't have any Sugenjas on the table anyways, so I can't play it now. There's no guarantee that I'll flip into one on the next turn, so there you go. And for those wondering, there's a Doji Hataru inside of the discard. When Badmojojojo broke my province, he has the option to discard the face down card. He chose to do that and got rid of one of my copies of my clan champion.
Badmojojojo loves to discard.
I usually leave him there. There's so many crappy it's called Dynasty cards. Just like I'll let you have whatever you have there.
Yes, I guess that makes sense. But if I know what's in my discard pile and I haven't seen the good stuff yet, I don't want it.
I mean, statistically, I don't think it makes a difference. But
I don't know, man. We could probably look into that. But I bet it's deck dependent.
What I'm
like
saying,
some decks you probably don't want to.
No, what I'm saying is like if you're trying to avoid your opponent getting good cards, statistically it makes no difference. It makes some level of difference in terms of information that you're giving out.
Wait, you mean because it's random?
Well,
statistically?
No, I mean we don't need to jump into that, but it's a fallacy that discarding the card would change the what's it called?
What did I play there?
Monimura's Fury.
Muramoto.
All right, Muramoto's Fury. So yeah, you just bow my guy. I believe I'd already sacked
because he had glory less than my visible provinces.
Yeah, so I'd sack the guy to pump him up to 5. Then you just bow him. So then I bonsai my other guy.
Yeah.
So I'm still ahead. I'm just trying to void out.
So see how I did bow the stronghold to give my guy +2 because he has 2 attachments.
Yeah, and then you bonsai. So it's like, right.
I remember you saying right here too. You're like, man, if you don't have the bonsai, I've got this.
Yeah, well, you had everything, so there we go. And so now it's like I'm not gonna get that much needed void ring to pluck your guy off the table, which is unfortunate.
So I have 1 broken province or 2?
2.
2, okay. And you now have 2 as well?
Yeah, I have 2, but there's 1 revealed, so that's relevant.
So I successfully stonewall you for both attacks that game?
Yeah, I mean one
for
of
that
them.
Round?
Yeah, I mean one of them got stonewalled just because you flipped Elemental Fury, right? And so the province by itself was able to neuter the attack.
But I really needed that stronghold to remain for the defense.
Yeah, then the other one was just more. You were able to unbow your guy.
See, I don't remember if this was a mistake to leave it as a military imperial favor. I wonder if I should have gone political because I seem to have more military in general.
I don't know.
Does that political the imperial favor, does that work towards? It doesn't change the base number.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change my ability to bow you. All right, but I do get the first player token, and so this flop's much more favorable to me because I have the Doji Challenger. And so what we've learned with the Doji Challenger, she's fantastic if you go first, and just not really that good if you go second. So I got her.
You got a lot more fate too.
Yeah, well, I carried over 3 fate from the previous round because I was able to execute more attacks than you, I believe. Like
yeah.
I
definitely think if you want to swarm, especially with Crane, don't put any fate on your guys.
Yeah, because you can just keep pumping, and then so you got rid of your what's it called? Your holding. So now I can actually play fate on my guys again.
Yeah.
So
which I should have gotten rid of that because if you're not putting fate on your units, then you have a lot more tricks available up your sleeve from the conflict deck.
Yeah. So Doji Challenger, throw her out there. No fate.
No fate.
Yeah. I believe the reason I did that was I want to play Doji Hataru, and that one I want to throw some fate on there. So I gotta conserve my money. And then you play your big guy. And you put
Togashi Yokuni.
Yeah. He's better than Hotaru, but when you're playing Crane, you play what you got, you know. Because he can copy the ability of the Nieten Master. So he can start untapping himself.
And overall, yeah, well, if I have a weapon attachment. Yeah. But overall, so far, it seems like he is the highest combined military political numbers.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting 10 stats total. Yeah. The highest other one's 9. So yeah, I play mine, 1 fate. And I was pretty sure you'd play your Doom Sugenja, so then I'd be able to just rob a fate.
Yep, and then you pass, take it. The Shugenja is too good not to play.
Yeah, he's pretty brutal. I mean, 3/3 for 1 resource, that's pretty damn good. Luckily,
and there's tricks to get Fate Honor too.
Yeah, so I think what's nice about the Doom Sugenja is that like it allows for more of a Voltron style, because if you can get a Fate Honor, then you could just load up the enhancements and you'll have enough resources to get all your stuff.
So I think I picked 3 and you picked 5 again?
Yeah.
2, 3, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't threaten me enough to care about honor.
You've picked 5 all 3 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, my Lion deck I play completely differently when it comes to bids, and But like I feel like with Crane, you can for the most part just get away with doing a bunch of 5 bids because they have ways to honor their guys, so you can pick up a little bit of honor along the way. They also have Kakita Ketsun, so for duels you might be able to steal a little bit of honor that you don't need to worry about too much of losing to honor, and you can just focus on drawing your cards, getting your tricks, and having answers for your opponent.
Get some answers.
But yeah, you have more guys, but I have a little bit more money, and more importantly, I have initiative.
You also have way more political than I do. So I'm leaning heavily towards military, and you're leaning heavily towards political.
Yeah,
and you also have the political advantage with the stronghold.
That Neaton Master is pretty nasty looking on military.
He's not as bad though with the disgrace. He's -2.
Yeah, so he's still sitting on 5 because he has 2 weapons on him.
Yeah. Which I wish I could get one of those weapons. I hope they make a card where you can bounce a weapon back to your hand. Because I want to get that weapon on Togashi Yokuni.
Oh, well, really.
Without a weapon on him, I can't trigger the Neaton's ability.
Yeah.
The only thing I can steal is stuff from your side.
I mean, my side has good stuff too.
Well, not for defense.
Yeah. Well, you can defensively take Doji Hataru's ability.
Yeah, I would also have to win.
Yeah, and it'd have to be a political win, which is probably not happening for you.
Yeah.
So when I swing in here, it's definitely going to be Challenger, definitely going to be Water. It's just a question of, am I going to throw my clan champion in there too? And this is a decision of, do I think I can win the game this turn? Because if I believe I can win the game this turn, I need to hold my clan champ back. Because the Doji Challenger, the purpose here would be to force guys out of the way. Because if she goes in, I force your champion to block, and then maybe I win the conflict.
Wait, what is that you picked there?
Water.
You picked Water.
If
you want to tap either the Shugenja or take a fate off of Yokuni, right?
When you swing in with the Challenger...
Oh, wait, no, it's Void.
Yeah, when the Challenger swings in, you have to attack Water every time. Or 90% of the time. Because the whole point of swinging in with the Challenger, you maybe break the province if you have enough tricks, but it's more about you just eliminate all of the guys from your opponent. Or threaten to, right? So if I'm swinging Water, that means you're going to say, oh crap, I don't want my guy getting Water ringed out. I'm going to block with the dude. And you say, okay, cool. So you block with one guy. I pull another guy in. I lose the conflict, but you lose your 2 biggest guys. And all I sacrificed was 3 resources.
What's the other effect besides tapping or bowing a non-faded character?
You can unbow someone.
Unbow someone, yeah.
But that's not totally relevant.
Yeah, especially if it's first attack.
But yeah, it's such a powerful move because, it's going to lock out 2 guys one way or another. And there's not a ton of things you can do on the other end. Like, the only thing that you can realistically do on your side to stop the Doji Challenger is if you have like a weenie and some way to bow her. So you could stop the Water Ring. You still lose your biggest guy, unfortunately.
So here is where I'd want Miramoto's Fury to come out.
Yeah. So you do bow her down, right?
But you can still trigger her action.
Yeah, I can still pull in your biggest dude. And in this case,
who's that?
That is a Steward
of Law.
Which can only mean one thing. So I'm pulling in your
Yokuni.
Yeah. Big guy's coming in, and he's getting out of the way. So I remember at this point you told me, you're like, wait, I might have an action. And I couldn't think of any action you could conceivably have here that would prevent your guy from just getting bowed out. You can unbow him if you have a ready for battle.
Yes.
But you can't, you're not stopping me from the initial effect of bowing your clan champion.
Yeah. Why did you throw the Steward of Law in?
Because I don't want you to have the option of dishonoring your clan champion. I want him bowed.
Dishonoring my clan?
Because that's what it's called. That's what
oh, you're for shaming. That's why you did that.
And then I bonsai the Steward of Law.
Oh, such a dick move. Ah, dick move.
Yeah, that. Well, I remember when the game was getting previewed, right? And I remember when I saw that they had no hand size limit, and I'm like, man, if they make 0 cost cards that do anything relevant, that's gonna be a real problem for the game. And then like a week later, they revealed Bonsai, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Why'd they make that card?
I was totally demoralized here at this point because when you bowed the Niten Master and all I've got is the Shugenja, it's pointless for me to even.
Nothing wrong with the Sugenja, right? Sugenja's a nice unit and all, but it's not enough to deal with what just happened.
Well, I can't attack with it.
No.
And I can't defend with it.
Because that was a military attack. So I got my big political swing coming, and it's too dangerous to swing in. I mean, if you swing in fire, you can dishonor Doji Hataru. Mm-hmm. But then the problem is, if I just have a Way of the Crane, she's just going to go in and, smoke your...
Oh, but what about the other one where, let's say I pick fire, which I think I do, right? Because I'm attacking. I'm like, oh, maybe I can play something here. I'm going to attack military. If you defend, great. That means you can't attack with her.
Yeah, if you attack military, there's no way I defend it. Because the province you have under your stronghold, it could be 5, right? We haven't seen the 5 defense one. But
wait, you do defend? Oh, no, you're attacking.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking.
Yeah.
I am defending.
And I totally forgot to pick a ring on this. So, I believe... I mean, I would have picked either fire or...
And there it is. Void. Shameful display.
Yeah. Shameful display under the stronghold suspect. I wouldn't have done that.
What a tweet!
And so now when I remember I gave you the option, like, you could choose which one I get. Like, I can get the
because you forgot to pick the ring.
Yeah, I said I would have picked one of these two.
So here's where I missed out on an opportunity, because you picked the fire ring, right?
Yeah.
And I had the mantra of fire in my hand, and I don't play it. I don't know if it has any impact, except that it does allow you to... Oh, see, I would have been able to keep the Shugenja, and I would have had an extra card in hand.
Well... Oh yeah, is a Shugenja a monk? Or a tattoo?
Where is she?
In any case, though, my attack basically falls apart there.
Yeah, Doom Shugenja.
It's not.
She's not a monk.
It's not a monk.
Oh, but I have a monk in play, don't I?
No, you don't have any. So you wouldn't be able to play it anyways.
The Need 10 Master's not a monk?
No. So anyways, no dice on there. So we both are just left with our clan champion. Hindsight's 20/20, but I should have definitely picked the Void Ring there. So that way your clan champion just dies, and the board's just one clan champion and none. But I think I got kind of rattled because I forgot which ring it was, and I said, here, I would have picked one of these two. Which one do you want me to pick? And you're like, here, take the fire ring. And then...
That's right. I wanted to play a mantra of fire, but that's unfortunate.
And now initiative is on your side. So, yeah, I mean, you have an opportunity to come back here, potentially, depending on how this attack goes. But
you've only got 2 provinces broken.
You only have 2 provinces broken. I have 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
where's the third?
I've broken 3, and I attacked your stronghold. And
no, I mean on your side. I mean, you've only got 2 broken on your side.
Yeah, but you get first strike, so you can you could potentially swing in a way, because I don't have any fate on Doji Hataru. So if you swing in water, you get her out of the way. And then looks like you play the Neats and Adept. So that guy allows you to bow guys who are in the engagement.
I wish I pulled the covert guy. What is he, the tattooed monk?
I think he's
Tattooed Wanderer.
Yeah.
I wish I had pulled him. That way I could choose the water ring and force Doji to not participate.
Yeah, so you go with the Initiate and the Neats and Adept, and then pass. So I'm over here. I'm playing like no fate on these fools. I think I'm just being conservative.
You know it's the end game.
Well, yeah, it's the end game, but also I want tricks. And also I know I had 2 reprieves in hand, and I chose not to play one on my Doji Challenger because I was pretty sure you had a let go in hand as well. So
you chose 5 again.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think I chose 4. Nope, I chose full 5 too.
You chose 5. I mean, if you're trying to draw into the Tattooed Wanderer, you need to.
Well, I
go
also
all
need
out.
it. I need attachments and just tricks in general. And this is where I
Yeah.
dump this thing so I can get another card.
Yeah, the Imperial Storehouse. Just guard's good every game, you know.
Just kick out the chickens. Find something in the hen house.
And so I actually have a pretty decent enough military blocking here, just because I have the 2 guardsmen, the neutral guys. They're 2 zeros or 2 dash, I guess, because they can't participate in political battles. But I mean, I have 4 military defense if I need it, depending on how you feel like swinging in here. Because I don't think that there's any way that you cannot attack here. I think you have to swing in with somebody, try to win the water ring, and try to lock out Doji Hataru, because she's the biggest threat.
Yeah, you're gonna. If I don't do anything offensively here, you're gonna get first attack next round. So I have to do something to at least get up to 3 provinces broken.
Yeah, if you can break 3 provinces and stall out my attacks, it gets the game down to where it's like, okay, who can break the stronghold here? Or whoever does just wins. And I mean, we both have, like, Fate for Days here, so...
Yeah,
we'll be able
you've
to
got the
pull out
Imperial
the
Favor.
tricks. Yeah, and I put it on military. And I think the only reason I put it on military is because I just know it's my weaker one. I probably should have gone political, though, just to...
For the overkill.
Yeah, well, you're trying to break the province, you know, so...
Yeah, you don't need to get 2 attacks off, you just need to get 1 successful.
Yeah, typically I like putting the favor on whatever's my weaker icons, so that way I can try to win 2 engagements in a turn. But in this situation, I only need to win 1. You probably just want to put it on whatever you're best at.
I know why I chose, Shameful Display for my stronghold, and that was because it's one of the only provinces that you can repeatedly trigger.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think the problem with doing that, though, is, like, there was a turn where I swung in and I ran into Night Raid, and you had the ability to block. And if that would have been a Shameful Display, it would have been way better to have there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's, like, game deciding, but it would have been...
Oh, I did have a Tattooed Wanderer, and I put it on the Niten Adept?
Yeah, so you
No, wait, that's not...
Yeah, that's right. So you can attack and lock out one of my defenders and say that they can't block.
Oh, not only that, with the Adept's ability, I can bow the attachment, causing you to remove a character if you decide to block.
Yeah, it doesn't remove them from the battle. It bows them, which is...
It's better.
Yeah, it's better. It makes it so they can't attack anything else later.
You definitely would prefer to bow a character over sending them home.
Yeah. And then the 2 provinces that I don't have revealed here, one of them is going to be Elemental Fury, the other one's going to be Shameful Display, because they haven't been revealed yet.
So here's the 50-50.
I mean, it's going to be bad either. Yeah, it's bad either way, I think. I think it depends on how you attack. I think if you attack with the Initiate and you run into Shameful Display, that's not that bad. But running into Elemental Fury, regardless of how you attack, is probably bad, because that means you're not going to be able to Water Ring me.
So if we ask 100 people, which province do you prefer not to run into?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically really bad or just bad. Like, there's no province you're flipping in here that's good, right? Because you're already... Like, you're not going to run into Night Raid.
All right, guys, go ahead and comment below. See which province you think is worse. Tell us, what are your thoughts?
And then I don't know how you attack here, though. Because you probably want to use your covert ability to lock someone out, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if you...
Well,
if
my
Doji
thought
Hataru
was,
blocks.
yes, if I can get the Water Ring and I can covert Doji not to participate, or if she wants to participate, fine, I'll bow her.
Yeah.
But in any case, my definitive move is to get Doji bowed.
Yeah, I would try to lock out the one of the guards there, because you're definitely swinging in military. It looks like you're loading up your Needs and Adept. So I think if you swing, you get one of the guards to not block, and you just swing military, because the girl all the way at the top of the screen, she doesn't do anything military wise, and then I'm probably not going to block with Doji Hitaru, so that would just leave me with one guard to potentially block the attack. So that could be pretty good. You just walk in there and then you take the ring.
My ideal situation was, what did I choose? Doji can't participate?
Yeah, you just said Doji can't. I guess you didn't want to take the chance of not winning the ring. But
Yeah, so I covert Doji out of the battle, and I'm hoping that you block with the girl at the top.
Well, if you go military, there's no way she's blocking. Oh, you go political.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's... No, it's military.
Oh, it is military.
Elemental
and it's Elemental Fury, so...
But you chose fire for some reason. I don't know why you chose fire there.
I wanted to disgrace Doji. And that way, if you had some sort of thing to cancel my bowing her ability...
Well, Crane doesn't have any way to unbow anybody.
Well, so, Crane does have something that prevents...
It prevents events, but if you...
No. What's the... It's a cancellation.
Yeah, but it cancels events. That's it.
Oh.
So if you bow her with the water ring, then she can't get up. I mean, it doesn't matter, because Elemental Fury flipped anyways, and you're going to end up going to air, and air means nothing.
Yeah. This was so impactful to the end game. I really needed Doji to be bowed or disgraced for me to succeed.
Yeah, see, the problem is if you decide to dishonor her, I have Ways of the Crane in the deck, so that could get negated. So I choose to chump block here. Not 100% sure why. So you're sitting on 4 strength. I have 3 with the what's it called? With the Imperial Favor. My guess is that I was trying to force you to burn pumps. You know, just start expending your resources, so that way...
This is where I dump the Stronghold to give my guy +2.
Yeah, so the +2 gets you into province breaking range. And then... I guess I could give up. I'm trying to remember if I give up or if I actually pump them.
I know you did something else, because I actually played the Nitan Adept's ability to bow.
Let's see.
Yep, there it is. So I bow an attachment to bow your guy.
So I didn't play anything, did I?
I don't think you did.
Oh no, but you needed to. I think you needed to get the pump from the Stronghold anyways, just because I have the favor.
Oh yeah, you do have the. Well, that's for military though.
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing military.
So, and you wanted to load up, so you get rid of a Doji Gift Giver.
Doji Gift Giver.
And you get a ring.
Which is useless because it's just 2 honor. Or no, I take 1 from you.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Oh no, that's an honor. What you freaking do?
One of these clans needs to come out and find a way to use that air ring, because the air ring is such trash right now.
Yeah,
it does nothing.
It's always the you Elemental Fury. Guess what you're getting?
Yeah,
surprise. Didn't see that coming.
Here's a fate for your trouble. Consider it a professional.
That's the quarter you throw at the homeless guy on the street.
Hey,
you have 2 honors, sir.
You did break the province, so that's good.
Well, yeah, but now I've got a dishonored guy and what is that? The tattooed monk? No, Togashi Initiate. That's not great to defend against a doji.
As far as I remember, I have a Stoic Gunzo in my hand. So I have the capabilities.
And you go political.
Yes, I can blow it up political or military. And my thought is, I don't think you have enough tricks to block me twice. And even if you do, you're going to have to burn a lot of juice to stop me. And then I also...
the juice is coming out in concentrate.
But yeah, I'm going political. I got 9 showing. I mean, you're going to be able to... Shameful Display.
I don't ever... Oh, what did I do there? Oh, yeah, Shameful Display. I just gave you the dishonor. Yeah. Here's this token. You can, and then you...
So I'm still up, right?
Wait, what was that?
Admit defeat.
Oh, right. But ready for battle.
Yeah, so you cancel it. That kind of sucked, but
then you got it. What is that? For shame?
Yeah, for shame. So
now I have to either dishonor my guy again or bow him.
Well, you have to dishonor him because if you bow him, you just lose.
Yeah.
Because I still have 6 power showing.
So he's dishonored. We got a lot of dishonored going on out here. A couple dishonored champions.
And I don't. So
is that the end of the tricks?
Well, I remember I had a Height of Fashion in my hand, but I can't play it.
Oh, I think we were talking about the action order because you had played 2 cards in a row, and my card was a reaction, so I should have had an opportunity in between there.
Yeah, so you could have theoretically played something. I don't know if you want to play anything because you're not going to win this engagement. You could just.
Well, if I don't win this engagement, then I just want to keep my province alive.
Yeah, I think that's all you really care about, just keeping the province alive because you've already done the mission for the turn, which is break one of my provinces.
I feel like I missed an opportunity this entire game. I didn't use Yokuni's ability at all to take anybody else's triggered ability on the board.
What I would have done in this spot is you take your initiate's ability, spend a resource to one of your rings, and then honor your guy.
Oh, why didn't I do that? I'm an idiot. Oh, there's where I had a monk out there now. I should have played that because you chose the fire ring. And that would have allowed me to draw a card and put a fate on somebody. The fate wouldn't have mattered, really.
Yeah, I remember when I played the Dragon Clan Champion, I kept missing his triggers too.
He's so versatile, but you got to watch every card out there and scan hard and know what you want to do for that round to get the most out of his ability.
You also can't blow your load early on him too. Like you pretty much have to trigger his ability once you're mid engagement.
Yeah.
Because you always want to wait until the last possible moment to change the situation.
Well, the problem doing that though is that your first action would be I'm going to take somebody else's ability, and then the opponent gets to respond to that before you get to trigger whatever the triggered ability is.
That's not too relevant though, because I think you would wait until the last possible moment. Most of the times, the abilities you take are abilities that do not need to be immediately triggered.
Mm.
And if they do need to be immediately triggered, they're more like when you attack type of triggers. So you'd still at that point be waiting until the last possible moment to get their abilities off. Like you could potentially steal the Nitan Adept's ability, and if you have like another what's it called, attachment in your hand, you just play it and then bow out my clan champion. So there's options there. I think we both just sit on cards here. I don't think any of us use any more tricks.
Oh, you bowed. Oh, I bowed based on the forced shame. Or no, wait, why did I bow? What's that?
Oh, I bowed you with my stronghold.
Oh, because I was down to 2 political? Oh, it's terrible.
So that's why you definitely needed to steal the initiate's ability and like honor yourself.
Oh, I should have done that. I'm such a bad player.
Anyways, so you get a body on the table, and it's a 3/3.
Yeah, like that guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's actually enough to keep your province alive.
Okay, so the Togashi Kazue comes out. Guys, does anybody know, because I had 3 Togashi Kazues in my hand, if you can play the other ones as an action to add fate to that character?
Yeah, because that could have made a difference. So
Let us know in the comments.
I get the ring. I choose to dishonor your one guy that can self-honor, and then I honor my own clan champion because I get to trigger it twice per her ability because it's a political battle. But now it's your attack.
And everybody and their mother's dishonored on my side.
Yeah, you can't realistically attack here.
Who did you honor?
I honored my clan champion because she was dishonored.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so you just removed the token.
Yeah, I'm playing the long game here.
So I don't know what I'm doing with this guy. Well, I think I just wanted to get the dishonor off of him, maybe.
I mean, if you attack, you lose.
That's right. You mentioned that. You got an attack, but you're just going to cost you the game.
Well, because I have 2 attack there. So, with 3 with the...
with the military. It's like you're just... Yeah.
So, any pump and you lose. So, there's... Well, you could go water ring, potentially. So, you could swing in military. Or you already swung in military.
Yeah.
No, you swing in political. So you could swing in military, you can go water, you could tap out my defender. So you could conceivably make an attack, but for the most part, you probably
Did you choose? What is that? Void? What is that?
I chose the Earth Ring. I think I just
you
chose
wanted to get a card or something?
No.
Oh, you wanted the resource.
Yeah, I wanted the fate, and the Void Ring doesn't do anything. Yeah, Fine Katana. So I get that +2 attack, but you get rid of the Katana. So that Katana would have been enough to win the game right there because it put me up to 5-0, and then I drop in the Stoic Gunzo. So that puts me up to 5-0 again. Because I think you're defending, but your guy doesn't have any stats. He's just there as a body to prevent honor and maybe get pumps if you have like a bonsai or something.
I do get an action to remove the dishonor.
No, that's attacking only.
Oh, yeah. See, I should have attacked with him and gone for the water ring.
All right, so
but you had an extra guy for the grab.
So you played the what's it called?
Miyamoto's Fury.
Yeah. So that's why you don't attack with them. If you would have attacked and honored yourself, you wouldn't have resources for the Monimoto's Fury, and then you lose.
Yeah.
Because then the Gunzo just comes in, and he has 5 attack and Rex.
And you took a bonsai. Oh my god.
Seems good.
It was really important, and I don't know what you picked up. And I lost an honor? Did I lose an honor? Because a guy goes away or something?
Yeah. So you made me let go of my reprieve, and then I played my second reprieve, which I chose to hold on to from the previous turn.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't want her to stick around.
Yeah, I figured this turn was coming, and I needed her to stay an extra.
And I'm losing 2 honor because 2 guys are getting removed from play that are dishonored. I can't believe you got to keep Doji around. That is huge.
Reprieves, man, they're pretty good.
Yeah, especially if you have more than I have let goes.
Well, you had to burn one of the let goes on the what's it called? The Fine Katana.
Lego my ego.
Because yeah, you had 2 that turn. Is just when you have to get rid of one, that was the key. And then so now you get initiative. Oh no, I get initiative. Because you had first last turn. We just haven't passed the token back over. But this is looking pretty busted for your end. Because I got a clan champion and you got nothing.
Wait, I got a champion over there.
But you have to pay for it though.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got my champ +7 resources.
What threw me off, and the reason I did a terrible deployment here, is I thought I had that first player token, but I forgot to give it to you, and it threw me off. I was like, oh, what? I have first player? Well, then I just need to make an attack, and so I should just put a bunch of little guys out there.
Yeah, I think I mentioned something because I think you were talking about playing the what's it called? The Secret of Enlightenments. Because those girls right now, they're 4/4s.
Yeah! That's right, because I was like, if I put the Secret of Enlightenment out, and there's 2 fate on the one ring and 1 on another one, that makes it you're paying 2 for each one for a 5/5. That's pretty good.
Well, they start off as 1/1s, so they'd only be 4/4s.
Oh, there's 4/4s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, at this point, I'm like, hey, I got the first player token, and so now I think you're looking at your board, and you're gonna have to play defense at least 1 time, which is pretty tough to do. I'm already showing 10 political strength with my Imperial favor.
Yeah, it's not looking good for me.
And the other problem is, so the Secret of Enlightenments, they're 4/4s. The problem is, if I get first attack, I can just swing in with the Void and just eliminate 2 strength on each of them. So they're 2/2s.
Yeah.
That's
she's so politically fat, Doji.
So
Taru.
And then your Mokimoro's Fury. Mirimoro's Fury. It doesn't work on Doji Hataru because you only have 1.
Yeah, I don't have enough glory or enough unknown resources to.
We're at the point of the game where that ain't helping you.
So I'm hoping to get a good solid block out of this guy, and then maybe steal something worthwhile. But you have the Doji Challenger, and because you get to attack first, I don't know why you bother to put a fate on her. You're just gonna attack me, pull my guy out of the fight. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, and it's game over.
Yeah, because I can swing in with Doji and water, and I'll just go military at your stronghold, or maybe even at the other one. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. But just get your guy out of the way, and then swinging with the big guns later.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't be able to use
that's game. I
Force
think I
Hammer
just
with
concede here. It ain't looking too good for the Dragon. They're just going to keel over. I obviously made a mistake. Let me know what I could have done better, guys. Badmojojo's going to go cry in a corner now.
Yeah, I think that last turn it was over. But the previous turns, those probably moves that could have been made. But
all right, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in.